another installation of Masterpiece Theater.
Or the Sisters of the Holy Fiber. This is some number episode. 57. I'm prepared. No, almost. Hey, a big hidey-ho to any new viewers. Hi. Welcome to our little corner of the internet. And welcome back, any of our repeating viewer people. You can hit subscribe, and then you'll see us all the time. It'll be great.
Yep.
My name is Devon. I'm also known as Rambunctiousky and on Ravelry, and Dynamic Devon on Instagram. I almost said the wrong thing. Who are you?
Whatever. I can't keep things straight. I just don't even bother. I'm Heather, and one time I forgot my name on an exam. I got to the name field, and, I know this one. Test taking anxiety is real, my friends. I'm also known as TinyKiwi on Ravelry, and probably some other places. Who knows? I don't even know. Look around. You'll find some that are me and some that aren't me. It'll be exciting.
Apparently, this is the episode where I will be slightly bluish. All of the lights in my house are on. Here we go. Let's have a great time.
She's blue, dabba-dee-babba-die.
I made a pin cushion.
So cute! Adorbs. It looks like a little donut.
Yes.
With sprinkles when you put it that way. Is it wool?
Yes.
Cool. Did you knitted it?
I did knitted it. There was a prompt in Harry Potter Knit Crochet House Cup, the Quidditch match, to make something for someone else.
Nice.
And I'd been thinking about pin cushions because I need one. So I was like, I'll test out a pattern and give it away. You don't need a pin cushion, right? Because you already made one. I made a pin cushion. You want it?
I have several, but thank you.
I'm going to give it to my friend who does some sewing and stuff. So it's a really simple pattern. It is knit flat, and then you cast on a bunch. You decrease on four spots to make the 4 little things, and then you sew up one side, and then you've made your square. And then you make 2, put stuffing in, sew it up, put stuffing in. I used all wool, so I tossed mine in the wash and felted it a little bit. So cool. That's why it kind of looks more like a donut instead of a square.
Nice.
I didn't put a button on because I got lazy.
Really, the only reason to put the button is when you're pulling it through to tighten it up in the middle anyway. So if it doesn't really need that, there's no reason to have a button. Mine just gets in the way. But yeah. If I didn't have it, it wouldn't look like a flower.
There you go. So the pattern is called Squares Pincushion. It is by Sewing and Knitting. That is their name. The original pattern page is in Korean, but there is an English version. Have fun trying to translate it. SKP? I don't know what SKP is. I did flip knit, and it worked out fine. SKP? Slip knit purl?
Slip knit pray.
Slip knit pray? I don't know. I did SSK.
Yeah, well,
So, and in their defense, it could be me. There could be a key somewhere, and I just don't know where it is. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But I was able to make a thing with the pattern, so
it worked.
Success! Yeah. I made a thing!
Yay! And it should be nice, too, because it's all wool. It'll help keep your needles from rusting, or whoever you give it to.
Yes. And so I will obviously make one for myself. This is Knit Picks Wool of the Andes Sport Weight. This is leftover yarn from a sweater I made a long time ago that I still have leftovers of. I keep making stuff out of this yarn. One day, it'll all be gone.
Well,
One day.
Maybe.
Do you have any finished objects to share?
I do not.
Okay.
Only stuff I've been working on.
Okay. I will do a whip, and then you want to do a whip?
No, go for it.
Okay. I cast on I'm in the middle of a row. So this is, of course, not going to be the greatest to show. It's called Dotted Rays.
Oh, nice.
The pattern is by Stephen West. I don't know where I am in the camera here. And the yarn is, the purple bluey yarn is Numma, the special. From what I can find, they are no longer around.
Okay.
I bought this yarn on Ravelry. Somebody was de-stashing. The first time I found the de-stash threads on Ravelry,
Danger.
I bought some
Yeah.
yarn.
Yeah.
Including this yarn. And it's 700 yards, so it was a lot.
Right.
And so that's more than socks, and I just
Right.
wasn't sure what to make out of it. The Dotted Rays pattern, you can kind of knit until you feel like stopping. So,
Cool.
and it can take 700 yards. The white is a little bit thicker yarn. It's Jaeger Matchmaker 4-ply, and I just had it in my stash, and I wanted something that would contrast nicely with these lines right here. And the pattern tells you where to put those lines in.
Cool.
You can obviously do the pattern without the lines if you don't want the lines.
It's
Stephen
nice.
West is like, do what you want, but here's the way you can do this. But do what you want.
Yeah.
I love this pattern. It is so much fun to knit.
Yeah.
It's short rows based. So like the first time you do the row, you knit all the way and then you knit back. And then you don't quite go as far and then you knit back. So every row, like after you do the long row, every row is shorter.
Yay!
Yay! Whee! So it's
Nice.
fun. And I like it. After I cast this on, I really wanted to work on my socks. So I've been like going back and forth with socks, but once my socks are done, I am not done. I'm going to start going on this. And my little gnome stitch marker is here. Helping keep. At the beginning of this pattern, I kept forgetting which side was the right side, so I put him on so I knew what the right side was, and I just left him on because he was super cute.
Yeah, I do that with my Jane Austen stitch marker. Just looking at it makes me like happier. I don't even need it to like keep my face. Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Other things I like about the pattern, the Stephen West has this really cool, the way the pattern is written, that you do this I-cord edging as you go. It's just in the pattern, the way he wrote the pattern, and I really like that. What else about this pattern? Oh, short rows. When you knit short rows, when you knit some, you don't knit the whole row, right? So if this is the whole row, you would knit to here, and then you would go back. And that's a short row. Well, where you turned around, if you don't do anything special about it, there will be a hole right there. So there's a lot of, like, you can do a wrap and turn. There's, like, all these different ways that people fix that problem of that hole right there. Well, what Stephen West did is he put yarn overs on that spot, so it makes a giant hole.
Yep. Working with it, smart.
Yeah. So he turned it into a design feature instead of something that we're trying to hide. He's just like, let's put 2 yarn overs there on the next row and just not worry about it. So I like that.
Yes. Very nice.
What else to tell you? Oh, this yarn. The Numma yarn is one of those superwash yarns. It's a hand-dyed yarn, and it feels, the garter is really good for it because it's squishy, but it just kind of feels plasticky. So superwash yarn, the way they make it superwash is coating it in plastic, a kind of special plastic. And it kind of feels that way. So I'm not over the moon about this yarn. I think it's really pretty, and I'm going to be really happy with it because it's in garter and it's super squishy, but I probably wouldn't use it again, but there isn't any more to get of it anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Sounds like you've had a fun time, though.
Yes. It's really nice to work on, and I haven't made a shawl in a while, so I'm looking forward to that too. Having a shawl.
Yeah, true. Getting to be the weather for it too, so.
I only have 8.
Only. Oh no.
What are you working on?
Same old. I only pick up the dishcloth really when we start podcasting. Because I literally cannot study and podcast at the same time. Otherwise, I would probably try. But I also have to, I've been working on other stuff just a little bit for the Halloween stuff coming up. So I worked on the hat a little bit. Let me take it apart here. So I took that horrible edging, this stuff.
Yeah.
Off of the rose because it just looks so tacky. I couldn't stand it any longer.
Yeah.
The rose itself now, I could see why they did it because I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but the edges are really raw and come undone really easily. So it was just kind of their way of trying to hide the fabric. I'm probably going to tack it on just with a pin for the party because it's coming up like tomorrow. In which I was hoping to wear this. And then find some better long-term solution, like a nicer rose somewhere. Once I find a nice enough fabric. Because I looked through a couple of fabrics I had to try to maybe make my own. But, because there's a big wad of glue where I peeled the rose off. So, plan for the party. Pin on the rose, even as it's, a little tacky looking. At least it's not so shiny, blingy, in your face tacky, like it was before. And then just pin the feather bob in place and call it a day. Until I can find a rose that I actually like better to cover up their glue gun bonanza.
Yeah.
The great glue gun bonanza. But yeah, I'm having a fun time at least putzing with it, if nothing else. I like millinery. Kind of fun. Definitely.
Sorry.
Huh?
No, go ahead.
Definitely seems like something I could get into on the regular. Not just decorating hats, but also making them, with felt forms and all that. Because one of my old metalsmithing teachers also does hats. And I love the stuff that she makes. Just really cool stuff to look at, really inspiring too. Of course, it takes a lot of time and it's a new skill to learn. So that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. But in the meantime, I'll play with my cheapo little hat and my spray of feathers and call it a day and be happy.
That's the most important part, to be happy about what you're making.
Be happy. Yeah, so I had my snake and I stuffed the little ribbon in his mouth. I was like, oh, it's so cute. He holds on to things. Hold this for me, little friend.
That's really cute.
Yeah. The other thing I'm working on is one of the masks that I got at, did I get it at the 99 or the Dollar Tree? I can't remember now. But little Death Eater masks, but they don't fit my eyes. So I was going to get your opinion on what to do about it. Because right now I feel like it suffers from 2 problems. It bangs into my eyes. See? I don't know if you can tell. It's too low into my eye socket. And then this part feels like a luchador,
Yeah.
So I was thinking of just blacking my nose and seeing if that kind of helped deal with the problem.
That would, yeah.
That's what I had at the moment. The other plan, too, is to just, because I need to bring the eyes in even more narrow, like my interpupil distance is pretty narrow. I was thinking about maybe just popping that whole section out and seeing if it, here to here, and seeing if looked okay. But also, there's going to be black eye makeup, and I was thinking about putting a little bit of lace on the underside here.
Okay.
But I wasn't sure if it would go with. I don't know. Lots of ideas. I already started carving out a little bit and then looked at it and was like, yeah, this needs like way more carving than just a little X-Acto shaving. So
I feel like if you did lace, you could just do the lace part over your nose as well. I think that you want to be careful taking this part off because it looks like it might compromise the structural integrity of it.
I thought about that, but this on the side is actually pretty beefy and strong. Yeah. The plastic itself is thick, so I'm not too worried about it. And I have two. This black one is really my tester before I go on to the silver one.
Okay.
So I'm not as concerned about messing this one up.
Okay. Yeah, I can see your point about looking like a luchador with the that nose hole. Like,
right.
Can you put
Wear it with my glasses.
Yeah, it does seem like the nose should be covered. I don't know why it's not. So even if you just put like maybe a little piece of ribbon over the nose, like, or
I could turn it into a beak of some sort, like they do with the Venetian masks. See if it looks good or if it looks weird.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, like, it looks great, like, on the shelf, but stand alone. It's just when it's on your face, it's a little different. Then again, I could always just wear it up. Yeah. Like, a lot of them are, like, wearing it half up for the meetings anyway, so then I wouldn't have to do anything at all to it. But then I can't wear my hat. Sad face. I know, I'm going to have to make some decisions, because then I can't wear, like, what? Because I've got that glow-in-the-dark wig, too, so... Choices.
You didn't tell me about a glow-in-the-dark wig. Tell me about your glow-in-the-dark wig.
All right, I'll grab it.
For your costume. This is for your costume, right?
Yep.
For your Death Eater costume?
Yep. Oh no, there goes my sewing ham. I had my sewing ham inside of it to kind of keep the shape. Anyway, it's super staticky because it's completely just like a Halloween wig, but... It glows in the freaking dark, and every time I see it, I'm like, I love it.
Oh, how fun. Oh, please take pictures, because I want to see pictures.
We'll see, because it may not come out, like, again, it's a Halloween wig, so it's got a lot of problems, obviously. You don't get a lot of quality for $20. But it is what it is.
But you get a lot of fun.
That's true. And... best of all, and the whole reason I bought it is that it glows in the dark. Because I'm so simply amused.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, well. Yeah, so we'll see. I gotta make some concessions about what's gonna go with what, because I don't think I could wear the mask and that. I think it would start pulling the wig off, because the wig's not very high quality,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna... I've got a, what do you call it, like a skull cap to keep my hair in place into the wig, but it's still without clips and stuff. I don't think it's going to stay. It's a long-winded thing to talk about for such a cheap wig.
Well, I think, but one of the things that we do is we take cheap things and turn them into things that look really great. And It doesn't... just because our materials are cheap, it doesn't mean that we're being any less creative and any less awesome, in my opinion. Yes.
That's true. Yeah, I'm gonna have my friend help me. We're gonna try to do like the Narcissa Malfoy little sort of the mini bouffant that she had in the movies, where it was just kind of like a little boop-a-doo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to be doable with this wig because, again, it's cheap. There's not much material. We'll see. I'm thinking I might be able to because it's pretty heavy in the front anyway. So some of that might be able to be pulled back just to get it out of my face, too, So we'll see. Because, from now into Halloween, all the weekends have Halloween parties on them as people are getting closer. So even if it doesn't get done for tomorrow's party, I have another party the weekend after that, and etc. So
Well, I want to see pictures. I would
Yes,
really
most
enjoy
definitely.
pictures. So
Yeah. If nothing else, and if I get frustrated, I can always go back to the outfit that I wore last year or do my Dr. Horrible one because I still have most of the stuff for that too. So
or just wear your Slytherin robe. I mean, that is,
that was what I
you
was
know.
planning on doing, was coming in like some easy peasy muggle clothes under my Slytherin bathrobe.
Yeah.
So I will be super comfy at that party. And it's totally chill because the party is like everybody I know anyway, so it's not going to be super awkward to be like, hey, hanging out in a comfy bathrobe, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a plan. We'll see. I had an exam yesterday, so basically everything's been on hold until that happened. So now I have a lot of catch up to do around the house and with studying the next stuff. So we'll see what gets done. Because some things have higher priority.
Yes. Dishes are always lowest on my list.
Yeah, I finally started doing some today because I couldn't take it any longer. But it's been like after Thursday. I'll deal with it after Thursday.
There you go.
Yeah, eventually I'll get this dishcloth done. It's kind of sad how long it's taken me to do a simple dishcloth, but hey, whatever.
Well, it's kind of like you said, it's your podcast knitting, and there is progress on it.
That's true. So true story. But that's all I have. I don't have anything else. I haven't even touched the books that we talked about last week because I've been trying so desperately to get studying for this exam. So, Mansfield Park, I know you're over there. I love you, Mansfield Park. I'm coming. Yeah.
Oh.
Cue the scene with the slow moving, da 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 da, running and just dancing with my book. Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So,
do you have?
I have one more whip.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, it's my socks.
Oh, cool.
So they're coming along, and I will. I finished the gusset.
Yay!
The gusset is my least favorite part of the sock because it has the most stitches. So it takes me the longest to get all the way around both of the socks. I hate doing the gusset.
But no, it's like a little pocket for your heel. It lovingly holds your heel in place.
No. I love the effect.
Yeah.
I love heel flap and gusset and how they fit on my foot. I don't like making it. I have to push through the gusset. Gonna do it.
Yeah. But then you end up with beautiful socks that you love and that fit you great. So that's true.
And I have passed through the gusset, so now I'm just doing regular rounds. So
cool. What are you gonna do for the cuff? Are you gonna do
the cuffs that are already made? The toe? What? This is top down.
No, that's not a toe.
This is not a toe. It's a cuff.
My world view has been shattered. Oh yeah, you don't do toe up, do you?
I do.
Smart child. Yeah.
I'm a top down girl.
Makes so much more sense then. Well, what toe are you gonna pick then? I don't even know.
Regular toe.
There's so many different toes. I'm gonna roll your eyes down, Heather. It's gonna be all right.
It's gonna be a regular toe. You decrease every other one for a couple of things, and then you decrease every, and then you have a toe. Okay, so I used the toe in the Knitmore Girls vanilla sock pattern.
Okay.
So it's like it's their vanilla sock is like a basic sock pattern. So it's generally like if they say they're making vanilla socks, that's the pattern that they're using. I like it because the mother and daughter do different things, and so you can see in the pattern where they adjust for their own liking, which I think is interesting. I particularly like this. So this sock pattern is Hermione's Everyday Sock. It's being knit in Volan Vine yarns in a one-off colorway, and I looked at my needles. Hey, look at that. These are Knitter's Pride Naturalz with a Z. They're fine. They're great needles. They're I use 2 circular needles. They're size 1. These are 24-inch circulars. So Hermione's everyday sock pattern. I really like the cuff, or not the cuff, excuse me, the heel, which is an Eye of Partridge heel. And it's got this garter stitch. Did I talk about this heel?
I don't remember. Do it again.
I don't think I did. So, I'll do it again. So there's this garter stitch on the edge of the heel flap, and it's so nice because then when you go to pick up the stitches, you just pick up one in each of the purl bumps.
Nice.
It's so nice, and I like how it looks too. I don't have any holes that I sometimes get with the slip stitch on the edge. So I really like it. The other thing I did was somebody on Ravelry was passing out sock knitting tips. Hey, I'll listen.
Right.
And so on the first round, let's see if I can point at it. So after you pick up the stitches right here on that first round where you're knitting across the top of the foot again, she knit, so like there can be a hole right there. So there's lots of ways that people fix that problem. One way that I've done in the past is to switch the stitches. So so this was one stitch from the heel flap, and this is one stitch from the top of the foot, and you switch them. So that'll close the hole. It's hard to do when you're knitting 2 at a time, to switch stitches around like that. You have to be real good at planning, and I'm not so much sometimes. So the way that this person was talking about doing that is, if these are 2 stitches, this is like the row before, she will knit these 2 edges of the bottom stitch together as another stitch. And it worked great. Closed up the hole. Cool. I don't have a hole. So I know that's not a very great explanation, but there it is. I did it, and it looks great. She also decreased, so normally on the gusset, you decrease every other round. And she's like, I just decreased twice to get it off to a good start. So the first 2 rounds both have decreases in them, and then she does every other round. I was like, brilliant. I hate gussets. Yes, I'm going to do that. Less stitches! Faster!
Perfect.
I'm really happy with these socks. I will probably do this heel on more socks and not just on these. And I really want to do a pair of socks that have different heels, cuffs, and toes. So like you use a different color on the cuff and the heel and the toe. I think that'd be super cute. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about. I've seen lots of other people do it and it looks super cute, and I want to do it.
Cool.
That is my last whip, I think. Yes.
Maybe.
I don't know, I feel like I've been knitting like a bunch of things.
Yeah.
I had to buy another project bag because I ran out. Because that's the solution. Don't finish things. Buy more project bags.
Just buy more bags. Yeah. True story.
I have one more thing to share.
Go for it.
It's a stash enhancement.
Mm.
This is Lana Gatto VIP yarn. It's a merino with just a hint of cashmere. Just a hint. Not a whole lot, because I can't, that's going to be too much money. But just a little bit. So this is the yarn I'm going to make Terry's sweater out of. So I went looking for more yarn. It's really soft, and I brought it home, and then I put it next to her neck, and then she went and started snuggling it. So I think it got approved for being soft. Yes. And it's pretty much the same color as the other yarn. I was looking at
Nice.
sweater patterns because designing my own sweater was not working out.
Right.
I just want to follow a pattern.
Yeah.
I found Lumberjack, which is by Marzena Kolaczek. All the information's in the down bar in our show notes or on Ravelry. I put it both places because I'm fun like that.
Awesome.
So that's the name of the pattern. It's a men's sweater pattern. It's a top-down raglan with a shawl collar. So I obviously will need to measure, but I'm pretty sure the extra small size will do just fine because Terry likes a little ease in her garments. So that's the plan for that. And then I had, and I need to share my bag stash enhancement. I'm going to take that off. So,
Yes.
Yes. The stash struggle is real.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
I think, so I bought this to fit the sweater. So this will, the sweater will go in that to keep all the yarn together. Be great.
Nice. Perfect.
The Rowan Pure Wool Worsted. So this is the yarn that I have from Terry's sweater. And I also have it in this color. I have it in Terry's sweater color, which is like a sage green color. And then I have it in like a cream color. I decided what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to make Dad a blanket.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to make squares so that I can so it'll be a modular blanket and I can just make one when I feel like it. And then when I'm done, I can give him a blanket. So I'm really happy with that decision because he's always cold and having a wool blanket around I think would be good.
Yes.
So I found so I went looking for Afghan blocks on Ravelry. There are some beautiful crochet ones, but they're like 6 different colors. The ones that I really like. And like I could figure it out, but I'm not that great of a crocheter. And I'm like, I do want to get this blanket done at some point. So then I started looking up at knitted Afghan blocks. So that's probably what I'm going to do. And if I get any done, I will share them here. So that sounds
good. Do you remember, I made a couple of blocks, just tester squares a while back. I put them on Ravelry. One of them was like, it was white and red, but I can't remember if it was a white cross on a red background or the other way around. Let me see if I can look it up. Anyway, was that one knit or I thought that one was crochet. I'm pretty sure they were all crochet.
I remember you doing 2-color crochet, which hurt my brain.
Yeah. That one was because come on, go to Ravelry. Gosh, little phone. I don't want to open like a new tab. No, I don't want any of this other things. Oh my gosh, I'm having so much trouble. Anyway, the pattern wasn't written for the 2-color work. I just happened to want it to be that. And that was why it took me so long to make one square. I will never do that again. Like, ever. And I can't even fathom doing a whole blanket of those because it was so tedious. Again, because the pattern wasn't written for it, that also made it a lot harder. But let's see if I can find a picture of it. Come on, don't fail me now, Ravelry.
And I am pretty good about keeping all my pattern information and stuff on Ravelry. So if you are curious about something or I forgot to mention the yarn on something, it's all in Ravelry.
Yep.
Feel free to
join Ravelry.
Come on over.
Yes. And if you have any questions about Ravelry, hit us up because we at least know how to get around in a general way. We're not great in-depth users, but we could get you started.
And both of us have taught other people how to use the internet at some point. So if you need help like that, we can.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Here's one of the ones that I made. Come on, you can do a bigger picture now. Don't be ridiculous. This was one of them.
Yes,
where I did it in
so pretty.
multiple colors.
Yes.
But, you know, being all airy like that's not really great for a blanket. Again, these were all just to satisfy, you know, whatever Harry Potter knit crochet house cup class it was for. Oh, what? Oh no, I'm exploding the internet. Never mind, don't ask me about anything. Apparently I can't handle it. Yeah, I did this triangular one in 2 colors, and this one was a lot easier. Beep-a-doo-boo. That one.
I remember that one.
That one I think you could actually do pretty quickly. The one that looks like a flower, not so much.
Yeah.
That one was tedious in its own right, but still easier than the other one. Let's see. Oh, all these things that I forgot I made. Here we go. So it's a white cross on a red field. So let's zoom in. So this pattern,
And back out a little bit, just a little. There we go. That's really pretty.
Yeah, I wanted it to be a flower blooming on a field of blood, but to also look like a red cross kind of pattern. It was for the prompt, so it made, you know, it sends it in a story perspective. But because the pattern wasn't written for this, it was all written for one color, it was incredibly tedious to figure out how to hide the joins, especially since one is bright red, one is bright white. It just was a big pain. I would never do that one again. That probably took me 3 times as long as it should have. So make it all in one color and you'll be good. But
yeah,
again, it was fun to make, but oh, look at that. There's my pin cushion. Yes. All these things that I forgot I made.
Yay, pin cushion. I love that pin cushion. It's so pretty.
Yeah, and the pattern is free on Ravelry, so it's literally like called the pin cushion. It's like Nal Poudre, which is like pin cushion. But if you just search it on Ravelry, you'll find it. And it's just like you make it out of 2 hexagons and sew it together.
Yeah.
And voila.
Voila.
Yeah.
Terry was like, you should make a cactus pin cushion. And
I've seen those. They're super cute.
Yes. There are cactus pin cushion patterns. She thought she was being new and creative. And I was like, other people thought this too. And they are super cute, but I didn't see one that was like cute and also practical.
Right. You know what I saw that I thought was a good idea was somebody made one and put it in an actual like clay pot. And I thought that's smart because you can weight the bottom before you put the actual like knitted cactus on top. The only problem with that being if your pin sinks down really low, like sometimes they migrate through the stuffing, it's kind of lost in the bottom unless you really jab your fingers in there and kind of wiggle it around and try to get it out. But
my problem actually with that, I mean, you could do that and it would be super cute, but I am tight on my crafting storage space. And then I have to store a pot.
Yeah.
And I like cute things, but not enough to store a pot as well.
Not even one that big?
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, you have littlest things.
So yeah, they have really small pots, but
that's super cute. You could fit like one pin in that pin cushion.
Yes, you could. Yeah, no, the ones I saw that were that little were just little decorations, but they were super cute, and I think they were knitted if I remember right. But she also used real pots because you can get them in the floral section at your crafting store. Yeah, don't know why, but that's how it is.
You grew peppers?
Yeah. Sorry, it's on Facebook. I kind of forget you're not there anymore.
No.
Yeah, I grew some mystery peppers. I have no idea. Like, it was growing something. So I was like, is it soybeans? And then it started growing peppers. I was like, that's not soybeans. Like, what did I plant? And I went through all my seed packets, and I'm like, none of them are peppers.
Somebody
so what
just found your garden and decided to grow.
No, they're evenly spaced. I planted them. Like, I know my planting style, and I planted them.
Awesome.
And have no recollection of it.
Well, maybe some seeds found their way into your seed packets. That maybe the seed pack. I don't know.
No, but I know what a pepper seed looks like. I would have been like, this is weird. And it doesn't match anything else that's in that pot. But I do use that pot for a lot of, like, if I eat something and it has seeds, I'm like, oh, I'll grow one of these. And I put a seed in, or whatever. So I don't doubt that I would do that. I just don't imagine, like, I don't remember doing it. I just don't remember. So I tried to convince Daryl to take a hit for the team and try one to see what they were, but he wouldn't go for it. So I posted on Facebook a picture of it and said, does anybody know what these are? Like, I planted them and have clearly no clue. And it was either a serrano or a jalapeno. Yeah, completely weird. Yeah, I don't eat hot peppers,
Nope.
so I was high. I don't know. Residual highness, and then I forgot the whole episode. Yeah, so Justin offered to try them because he says he likes peppers and he would be able to tell what it is. So I was like, you can have them all because I'm not going to eat them. I don't know what they are. I'm not going to eat mystery peppers, and even if I was, I wouldn't eat hot mystery peppers. They're clearly hot. They're like bright red, Just not going to happen. Anyway, so I cut the ones that were ripe for him and took them over after I got done with the SI session at school. So I dropped that off, and he gave me a keyblade.
Hey, cool! I want to see your keyblade.
I know, but I don't remember where I put it. Where did it? I know. All right. I'll look for it. Gosh. Let's hope I put it in the smart place. I did! Yay! I'm smarter than I think.
That's true.
Anyway, super cute. Ba-doo.
Back up a little. A little more. Oh, cool. Hi, Timber. You won't be on the podcast?
It got the little star fruit on it. Yep.
Yay,
So that was
nice.
We did a swap-a-rooney. Anyway, I think that's it for me. Are you good to go?
That's it for me. Today I don't have anything else.
Cool beans. Thanks for joining us.
Yes. Thanks for watching.
Hello and welcome.
Oh, that would have been perfect. Except I was talking.
Wait, I need to get Hige. Yes.
Okay. Here it is.
Oh, my jabber-wubber lover.
Oh.